Attention, attention, attention. This is the Tao Net A of the day. I am your net controller, Senior number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo. If you're around and would like to check in, you may come in with your call sign phonetically. And please keep in mind that our net is being recorded for training purposes. When you check in today, you can also include a short message, a wish to wish Bear a safe and happy and fruitful trip. You may begin.
Team Yacht number 2, Golf Alpha Papa. Juan Gijang, wishing you a wonderful trip. Lots of luck, lots of good memories.
Sending out number 2, Golf Echo India. Bessie John, best of luck. Be safe.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Sichuan, have a safe travel, have a fantastic trip, and come back with lots of stories.
Team Yacht number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. John, wishing you a blessed and fruitful trip.
Teammate number 2, Kilo Alpha India. I would like to wish Pastor John a wonderful trip.
Okay, I got quite a few here already. Anyone else would like to check in? Please come now. Okay, we'll begin the net. We have 5 people so far. Okay, so today's topic is related to what we just did. So again, based on the trip to Italy, and that's a business trip. She's already enjoying it, lots of wine and stuff. So yeah, fancy stuff, huh? So we were just using our voice to say something good and to wish her something, wishing her a safe, happy, fruitful trip. When I was young, no one tell me what this actually means. And I thought, it's useless. You know, you wish. Yeah. So, just wish you will be rich and become millionaire. Does it actually happen? No. You wish me, to pass my test. Does it actually happen? No. So why are we still doing it? It's like useless. So no one actually can explain to me what the heck am I doing. I'm sure a lot of you who came from other religious background might also feel the same way. Wishing or like, oh, blessing, wishing is kind of like, you might as well just give me some gift card, coupon, money, then I can use it, right? This wish is useless. Yeah, this is something that a lot of people don't understand. But with Samlo's power and Samlo's wisdom, we have a whole thing about this. And it is actually very powerful if you understand what it is, how to use it, and what to expect out of it. So before I begin the whole full-on lecture, um, we have to explain something or get into something uh, related to our basic concept, which is the 168 again. We always say the 168, right? The dimension 1, 6, and 8. Dimension 1, we call it the pre heaven, and the dimension 6 and 8, we call it the post heaven. Pre heaven is like there's no time. Everything is like a storage. There's no time. Nothing is actually flowing. Post heaven is when time has begun. Things are actually moving. So, just like our memories are kept in pre heaven, they don't move. They get stored inside, it doesn't move. So, let's pass the mic around and you can talk about your um well, whatever you have in the mind about this like wishing, blessing, using your mouth to wish someone. What's your thought on that? Maybe even before you ordain, what's your thought on that? Have you ever felt like me before, where like, this thing is just bullshit? So here we go. The first one, Tina number 2, Golf Alpha Papa.
Tinyat number 2, Golf Alpha Papa. Yeah. So I think there was definitely confusion growing up. Like, I think initially I did have the understanding or the intuition that words mattered. And then because of the various different um, religious sects, because Christianity has different religious sects, right? I was raised Roman Catholic, but I spent a lot of time with a family that was Lutheran as well as Pentecostal. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but they're just different ways to think about things, and they're actually in a lot of ways, it reminds me of how Xiajuan breaks down how there's different Taoist sects. They don't necessarily get along with each other. So there was a lot of confusion growing up, and some saying that, what comes out of your mouth is important, and some saying it doesn't matter what comes out of your mouth. It's like your thoughts or your intentions. But um, as as I grew up and started learning about the world around me and the various different ideas and concepts that were out there, um, it became an understanding that like the words were a part of physical reality, right? Like the thoughts were, they were still in a place that hadn't yet manifest in outwardly. They were like internal, and that the words, like saying stuff, using words, actually put what was inside out into the world, and that actually had an impact. And then a lot of studies that they've done in science and pseudoscience, and like talking about how like animals and plants and even water responded to words. So yeah, and then coming to also understand that how what we say to ourselves actually matters. Or what we say out, like we could talk about how much we failed or how much we suck, and we start like making that even more of a reality. And There's this concept in psychology, right, in modern psychology and self-improvement culture about affirmations, where you say good things to yourself, sort of like to program the mind to do better and to create better things. And a lot of that got revamped in some ways and reinforced after coming to the lineage and learning about the D1, 6, and 8, the Yun Sun, Ghost Altar, and the Heart. Yeah, so that's Tin Yacht number 2, Golf Alpha Papa.
Yeah, the the plants and water responding to word. I have seen those videos too. It's kind of funny. Like Do they understand English? Do they understand Japanese? So when we speak Chinese, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So it did actually like they think that it's the sound and the frequency that made them respond in a way, but then the different words, different languages and sound, will that change everything? Well, who knows? Well, we're not into that kind of thing because it doesn't matter to us. But what matters is when someone is wishing you something, does it actually work? And what kind of wish is okay and will work? What kind of wish will not work? How powerful is a wish? What kind of power are you expecting out of it? What can it actually change? We do have a very specific concept and knowledge behind this. So it also relates to how we use our magic and ask the God, different kinds of God, like the immortals or the actual God, like what kind of God you're using and what kind of effect will it have. It is very important to understand the concept, or else you'll be like those people who are like, oh, I wish you would like earn millions of dollars and not really happening. So TJ number 2, Golf Echo India.
To yacht number 2, Gulf Echo India. Uh, yeah, I think even before joining the lineage, I never really felt like it was, entirely useless to wish someone luck or to, tell somebody who's departing, be safe on your travels. It certainly means a lot more when there's like a, a genuine feeling. Um, I guess the heart.
You got cut off. You got cut off.
Hey, sorry. This is Tinyat number 2. Uh, Golf Alpha Papa Gay has answering a phone call of like somebody that like well my mom's dropping stuff off and I'm not really talking to her, so she's handling all that formal business. Sorry about that.
No problem. Maybe I'll get back to her after Ha's turn. Team get number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Tingette number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Um, I've had a couple different thoughts about this intentionality with words and how I felt about it before joining. I didn't exactly think it was irrelevant. I knew there was something behind it because of the different readings that I had gotten through some of the other teachings that I had absorbed. And there was something about the intentionality as well as the motivation that was guided for it so that it becomes a tool. It could also be a weapon. It could be used to build understanding and inspire action. So like you could change somebody's mood just by speaking to them or saying the right words, or you can nurture a relationship or tear it apart by using intentional language to transform it into something of a meaningful experience. And so wishing someone luck changes the dimensionality so that you can affect the future. I guess I also want to bring in lying. So if you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, is that forgetfulness or is that lying? Or would you say that it's something that you just decide at some point, you just rather not do it? But is it truly making your reality shift and the reality of others shift because of that? Um, Words are very interesting. And I think that language is interesting also because animals communicate without a language all the time. So how does that work for us? We're constantly trying to communicate with our cats and so on. And they yell back or they meow back or something. Is that a language? Is that communication? Or is it intention? So all of that is theoretical, narrative, hypothetical, of course. So um, that's what I have. Tingette number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Okay. Um, Good question about the lying in language. First of all, it's about yourself. So when you say something and like I'll do this and then you end up not doing, well, it's about you and your Jun San. So your Jun San is ready to give you the help for the thing that you said you will do, and the Yunsan now doesn't know where to put the thing. It's like you said you will want to eat noodle. The Yunsan gave like made a bowl of noodle for you, and it's ready, and you're not picking it up. So eventually, that one bowl of noodle is just sitting there. Like yesterday, Ding his his shop. There's a guy who ordered something, and the Uber didn't pick it up, and it's just left in the kitchen, right? So eventually, your Yunsan is like, where do I put this? I don't know. Maybe we just put it here. And eventually, if you do that a lot, you will have a lot of stuff in the Yunsan packed up in the doorway, not, not pushed down. And that becomes what? Yeep? Yes. So the more yeep you have, the more it clog up the pathway, and the more bad luck you are, the more stuck you are. Regarding the language part, animals, of course, have their language. The language is just like a form of communication that has a structure. So if we all live in the jungle without the modern society and stuff, we will act like animals too. Right? But animals cannot convey their message as good as us with the language as a medium. So don't compare human to animal, because we're type of things in the nature system. From Samlo, directly, they always tell us animals are like in the Tin Day Yan, right? They're like the day, they're like the ground. And we are the Yan, the human level. So we are like different category, and we have different role to play in nature. It's like you won't compare yourself with a rock, right? A rock has its own role in nature as well. So these animals, they have their own role in nature. Animals are like processor of nature, so they don't have to create new things. But we human are born to create the future, to create new elements. And so you see human keep inventing new things. You don't see a bird come out with iPhone, or like some kind of donkey come out and say, "Oh, I made something new." No one does that. Okay, let's try again. Tinya number 2, Golf Echo India.
Oh, she's still not back, Sejan. Sorry.
Okay, I will call her again after Chung. Tinya number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
This is Tinya at number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Good day to Sergeant Gijang, my seniors, my juniors. And I think that everybody kind of touched on a lot of the points that I was about to bring up. And I think that we use those words as a form of just small talk. Like you're having a conversation with somebody, it's just fillers to say, hey, well, yeah, I hope you have a good time on your trip, or you're doing well. And also it kind of packs in a lot of superstition as well. Like on in theater, people would usually say, I hope you break a leg, and that's a bit of good luck, I suppose. So I think a lot of the words that we use, wishing well upon somebody, it come from many different places. It have many different intentions. I think the intention is the most important thing. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do anything in terms of make the wish come through, but at least you have genuine intentions about it, because you hear a lot of people pushing you good luck or blessings, but they don't really mean it. They're just going through the motions, just going through um, the small talk that you'll usually have with people just to fill, because they themselves just going through the motions. I have so seen those videos about how song affects plants and animals, and I'm not too sure. Well, the video that I saw, it wasn't necessarily that it was the actual language. The narrator of the video was more so insinuating that the plant have some type of relationship with you. So you see this plant every day, and it kind of could read your body language or your energy. I would guess it's probably reading your energy. I could be completely wrong, but it's the same way how like trees in the wild could sense when a predator is coming, and they would change um their taste of their leaves and stuff like that. Because I read articles that certain insects that will go to particular trees, the tree will recognize that, oh yeah, this is a predator, and then it will inform the other trees around in the habitat. It's like this collective consciousness. But yeah, back to you. This is Tiniat number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Uh-huh. Yes, the trees. You see, I said that before. When you are eating plants or anything that is not animal, but they grow. They have physical growth. So these are the positive chi, the positive soul energy, or the chi, yang, hey, right? So when you are saying like the plant will sense your whatever is coming to them and about to interact with them, that is the soul energy reacting. So the soul energy is sensing stuff, but the trees cannot like do anything about it. They can't really move away, but they are actually sensing and aware of things around them because of the soul energy. So it's like the same kind of soul energy that we have as well. So we say when you go into like um, let's say you go into a house that is all cement, concrete, bricks, and all the dead objects, right? They don't grow. There's none of that energy, the ling hey right there. The spiritual energy, which is actually a soul. So there's none of that right there. And you go in there, it feels like kind of cold and dead. But when you have living things, like go into the jungle or something, you immediately feel the life energy is there because there goes the soul energy. So you're actually sensing that part. Um, okay, that's pretty good. Going to the next one, let's see if Gay is back. Senior number 2, Goveko, India. A.
She's still not back, Siajuan.
Okay, moving on. Tinya number 2, Kilo Alpha, India.
Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha, India. One would like to wish Pastor John again, greet everybody in the net. What I've learned so far during all this period that I've joined the lineage is the importance of birthday in so many things, because obviously the Catholic background of mine, if you can look at our background, like you can just see the way we grew up. We never pay too much attention to certain things like birthday, and I realized that wishing somebody here, like after I've joined the net, I think it's very important, considering how you did explain to us the importance of celebrating the birthday and everything. That is not something I've ever paid too much attention before. My only I only give too much attention, like my children. They are the only people who I just maybe buy something and make sure that they are happy during their birthday. I never mind celebrating my birthday based on my background. I don't know if it's the finances or something, but we never pay too much attention to such things. But here during the lineage, I have learned that is very important. Um, and the other thing is the 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 the, the, the support that I'm learning also about the importance of supporting each other in the lineage. Something I never have that kind of experience anywhere like what we are learning now in the lineage now. It's important to be supporting each other the way we are doing. Like if somebody is dealing with some sort of a hurdle, we sending troops and stuff. That is not something that we have come across. It's the first time I'm experiencing something like that. Chinyat number 2, Kilo Alpha India, back to you.
Oh yes. Update. Live update. Just right now, um, Lucky Bear have had just updated me saying that the plane inspection guy just realized that the plane has an engine issue, so it's now being inspected, and the repair guy doing stuff. So they're she's like going back inside and waiting to see what's next. So I would say this is actually good because it's much better than you tick off and then realize something is wrong, and then oh shit, I'm you're in the sky already and something goes wrong. That would be bad. So it's actually quite good. Um okay. So yeah, you mentioned the troop sending and support. Right here, that is our culture. That is our culture. Whenever anyone need help, anyone is going through anything serious, right? We need to send our support. Not only that, it's going to help that person, and it's also going to help you to build your power because you're sending your God over to do something for the other person. They get experience, right? The more you send your God to work, the more they learn, the better they get, the stronger they get. The God, they're like not like they're not post heaven matter, not like our batteries. Oh, you use more, then you have less. No, the pre heaven matter is the more you use, the more you have. So if you don't use your magic, don't send your troops out, your magic is not getting any better. If you want your magic to get stronger and build up, you have to use them. So that's why I say use the magic more. And whenever people need help or we need to send troops out, it's the best way to get your magic going and training your gods and all that. Okay, so that is very important. And so let's see if Gay is back. Then I will begin the actual lesson. So, Tina number 2, Golf Echo India.
Yacht number 2, Gulf Echo India. Very unfortunate but necessary timing there. So I'm very happy that the Zillow meetings are being recorded so I can listen to what I miss and I come back to it later. Um, I guess to just pick up on approximately where I got cut off. I was saying that I even before joining the lineage, I never really felt like it was totally useless to send, to wish someone luck or, safe travels. But obviously, it means a lot more when there is uh, genuine heart energy behind it. Genuine feelings of love and concern. And having, since joined the lineage and started to understand about the mechanics of heart energy and the way that we send troops, we send heart energy, um, it it makes even more sense that that's a probably ineffective but colloquial way of going about that. Um, so it makes even more sense as Taoists, having cultivated some amount of heart energy, that this is a good way um, to boost them. Uh, there are certain things that it can and cannot do. It's not going to make you a millionaire overnight just because, oh, I wish to have $1 million. Um, but uh, having the intention and giving the wish is certainly a way to uh, strengthen the odds, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it's coming around to, but I'm prepared to be wrong. Chinyat number 2, Gulf Echo, India.
Glad to hear from you. So you're still in the first round, and I have not actually get into the meat of the teachings. I was actually waiting for you, so you're lucky enough to come back at this time. Before I begin, anyone want to check in? Anyone want to check in? Please come in with your call sign and a short wish message for Besa John.
Team Yap number 2, Delta November Golf.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, Tina number 2, Delta November Golf, you may come in and include your wish for Besa John. Hey.
Yeah, Team Yap number 2, Delta November Golf. Yeah, wishing is I think is very important. It's have to come from your heart, because sometimes when we are wishing, we just only run in the mouth, and the mind is different, the heart is different. So when we are wishing, we have to align with the mind and the heart, and what we do is true. So it's a very important thing. I think it's because it's come from your heart. When we're wishing something, it's like a prayer. I think it will come back to you. You know. So is that like so according to the Tao, this is my question: is that like the affirmation, or like a wishing, like that? It's like comes round, goes round. So whatever coming up from us is coming back to us. Back to you, net control. Team Yap number 2, Delta November Golf.
Okay, now it's my turn. Hey, yeah, finally. Okay, to start off the lesson, we have to go from the concept of the 3 dimension. Okay, so let's talk about the big three. Okay, the big three. So you're going to draw this diagram, or just imagine a piece of paper that is in 3 parts. So you have like 3 stories, 3 parts. The top part we call the sky, the middle we call the ground, the bottom we call water. Okay, sky, ground, water. This is the 大三元, the big 3 dimension, or big three major element. So on the top, the sky, that is the D1. We have our Yun Sun over there. So that's where in D8 of that zone, there's a sun, like the actual sun that we see. And then in the middle, we have the ground, which is where our ghost altar is. If you go there in D8, it would be like when you travel all the way to space, that black space area is where this is. The water is locally here. The water is down here. And we have this zone where we are living. Okay. So inside the water zone, we have to split that up into 3 dimensions or 3 blocks. And these 3 blocks are also called 168. So it's kind of like they're kind of like overlapping boxes. So the inside one is called D1, and then you have D6, and then the most outside is D8. Okay? So in the D1 is where your energy body is. You look like a ball, like a ball of light. And then in the middle in D6, that's where your soul is mostly. But it is your yang one, the positive soul energy. And then when it goes to the D8, you have your physical body walking around. So the 3 local, we call the small 3 element, 小三元. Okay? Now you know that we have the big 3 and the small 3 and their location relationship. Okay? When you are saying something in the local, in the water zone, use your mouth to say something. Your words comes out of the mouth. It's not solid. So you're creating a god, but the god is in D6. It's not like here in the physical. So this god is called the Yamsan, the negative god. And this god is in D6. So you created a god in D6 when you say something. And this god is actually a small god. And what it does is like, this thing is like a modem or like a tracker. It can download from the sky. So when you have this D6 god out here wandering around, it can help you to download from the Yunsan through the ghost altar to here. And you will have more of that Yunsan resources going to the god. Now, depending on where you send this god, then those resources will go to this or that person. If I wish you a good trip, then my god is going to you. And so my Yunsan is flowing down the resources through my ghost altar to that god that is sticking to you. And now you have my Yunsan resources, and that is why the wish actually work. Okay, now let's go through the list again. Tina number 2, Golf Alpha Papa.
Tanyat number 2, Golf Alpha Papa. Okay, so the Yunsun, Ghost Altar, and the water. Right, these are the big 3, which is still D1, D6, D8, and the big 3. And then in the water, there's the small, the local ones, which is D1, D6, D8, energy body, the soul, the positive soul, and the physical body. And when we say stuff, when we speak something, we create a small god that exists in D6, and that small god acts as a tracker to pull down from the Yunsun, and this is like where we basically can gather resources for that god, and we can. So this is where we fuel ideas and incubate ideas for bringing into the physical world, as well as what we're doing now as far as wishing someone well. We're basically sending this small god with those resources to the person. Now that's just me doing my best to try to re re to define that, or to affirm that I got what you're saying. And I guess the question I would have is, and I know it seems like I ask this question a lot. Um, does this work like with normal people? I'm assuming that there is some degree, but is it all right to just wish normal people who aren't Taoists or not of the lineage to wish them well, or is that going to create like some kind of conflict because they might believe in whatever they're believing? Um, Tin Yacht number 2, Golf Alpha Papa.
Okay, so you see, they order food for me, and Kim Sa-chon here. Those people who are cooking the food might be a JC, a Muslim, or whatever. I don't know what they are, but definitely not a Samlo Taoist. So does it mean I cannot eat their food? Of course not, right? So your time, your thought when you're working for other companies is also being invested into them. Does it work? Yes, of course. So wishing someone, it's not going to have that issue with the religious stuff, because you're personally wishing them. That means you're not giving them your magic or your, I mean, like your Samlo Tao exclusive power to them. You're giving a neutral, humanly resource which works for every human or every living being. So it works. What I'm teaching right now about the whole wish thing, it's a concept that is how it works for normal people as well. Now, however, why some people wish and it doesn't work? First of all, your Yun San, listen to the words, but the words are only the carrier for the actual resource, the actual stuff. So if what you mean by I wish you a safe trip, and inside your heart you're like, I really want you to fuck up, right? Then your Yun San, get that instead of the safe trip. Your Yun San, listen to the intention. And again, intention is not like while you're doing it, you think. No, okay? There's no thinking. Intention is like you have to first have the whole plan, and then that is why you say that word. So if you have been like thinking of this person getting into an accident and all kind of bad thing the whole year, okay? Now there's this time where this person is going on a trip, and then you say, "Oh, I wish you have a safe trip," and your intention was to like, I hope all that stuff will happen to you, right? Then your Yun San will get that bad message instead of what your word is actually like. So the word matters if you want to pick a good word to really describe what you want. But sometimes it doesn't matter because people can fake it. And it's the intention that tells the Yun San the actual order of what you want. The Yun San don't really get your words sometimes, it gets your intention. And intention is the true meaning behind the word. Tinya number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Tinya number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. So our intention behind the word, whatever word that is what our Yin Sun is giving to the other person through our ground to the ghost altar, from the ground ghost altar to that person. And so it sounds like we don't have a lot of time. We either wish the person well or we don't. It sounds like that's what we have. Wishing also, I think, applies to ourselves, and we can wish our future better, or we can even change our past in a way, as I understand it. And if we label ourselves in this present moment, it can dictate the future. So if we're constantly telling ourselves, negative things uh, about our intellect, about our appearance, about how things happen to us, we always have an accident. We always mess this up. We always have that kind of thing. Labels ourselves and wishes are made that can dictate the future or define your past in a way. If you're constantly talking about your past, well, isn't that kind of a wish? You're always talking about, oh, this is bad, that was bad, this was also bad. It happened. You can't change it. But you can change your reaction to it, I think. And that can actually reframe your present thinking of those bad things in the past. Tinyat number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Okay. Now that leads to what is that power from the Yunsan and all that? What can it actually do for you? So you see, there are things that you cannot control. For example, you go on a flight. You cannot use that magic power to control, let's say, the quality of the food that they prepare, or like someone is like, messing up in the plane or something like that. You can't really change those things with just your God power. Those are like other people's matters, and you cannot really like, we're gonna like change it so the plane is supposed to break, and we do magic and the plane is like fine and can travel all the way, and that cannot happen. Like you need to know the power limit, the limitation of what this power can do. So when you send your magic, your God, your Yunsan resources, right? It brings like those power, those resources travel over to the person that gets it. So imagine it is like their own Yunsan giving them these resources. What will it do? That's the same thing. So when Yunsan give you stuff, right? First of all, it comes down to you, and it becomes like that neutral power that keeps you focused, right? So focusing here or there is another question. So if your focus is all on the something that is bad for the trip, you will not be happy. But if your focus is on something that is good about the trip, you'll be happier while there's something bad. For example, um, you're focusing on the good food and not focusing on the baby crying beside you, then you don't get bothered by this so much. And so your trip is going to be happier because you're looking at the right thing, right? Now, if you're like, oh, I'm so worried about this, I'm so worried about that, and then I'm annoyed about this, you're all looking at the negative stuff, then your focus is wrong. And even you have other good things, you're not going to feel the good things. So the first thing is focus, right? And then it turns to the power of thinking. How do you think? How do you analyze? How do you understand what is going on? For example, it's like there's something that happened with the plane, and I'm kind of like all brain fog mode, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like so lost. That experience is not going to be good compared to like you immediately know what to do and get to the right place, and everything is just so smooth, right? Now you feel better that way, right? And then it pushes you to act. So, like sometimes you just have the instinct of, oh, I need to go here like uh 5 minutes, and then somehow you, because of that, you could have missed an accident, something like that. So the action part, how that power influence you to act to bring you to the best outcome or best possibility for you. So you see, when you wish someone the Yunsan's power goes over, these are things that can be done. But it cannot do things like, oh, I go on a trip and someone wish me like we'll have this kind of food or that kind of food on the trip. and it's not going to happen. Those are not set by you; it's set by the airline, right? So they they say they're not going to have that. They're not going to have that. Even your wish is useless. So giving people useless wish is actually very bad because you're telling the Yunsan to do something that is not achievable, and eventually your Yunsan become like more and more feeling useless. And all that stuff that you order the Yunsan to do become the junk file, and they become the yip, and the yip will actually bring you bad luck. So wishing wisely prevent you from building up yip without noticing and creating bad luck for yourself or others. Team number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Well, Sajan, earlier you gave us the lesson of how it all works technically. I know Gap was trying to break it down as well. I'm still having a little bit of trouble following it, so I'll probably have to go back and listen. But I did take away from the lesson that it's all about your intention, and your intention, that is where everything starts from, and you have to be very mindful of it. And that should lead me into my next point. You said that when things happen outside of your control, it's all about your mindset as well. You can't just be focusing on, oh, this happened or this could happen. So it's all about focusing. And how do you focus your mind from the negative? Because sometimes the negative could be so polarizing, or sometimes it has such a strong pull. You just focus on it sometimes. I mean, I think everybody has been in those moments, but how could we focus on the things that are positive or the things that we can control, if I'm using the right words? Because yeah, like the example you just gave, you on the plane, they didn't give you the right type of food that you want. But then, you just kind of obsess over that. Oh, I didn't get the type of food that I want, blah, 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 blah. How do you come out of that mindset, or how do you refocus to have the right mindset? Like, I know the theme is to focus on the positive, but back to you. This is Tinyat number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Okay, well, when we make wishes for people, or even wishing yourself, um, you have to be reasonable. Like you cannot, oh, I wish tomorrow I wake up, the house will be all tidied up. I don't need to move. It's not possible. Your Jinsen cannot do it for you. Okay, but if you wish, like, oh, I wish tomorrow I could have the energy and time to do everything and clean up the house, that's possible, right? Your Yunsan can push you to do it, but it cannot do it for you. So we have to understand the power of the Yunsan, what it can do for that person. So I started the net by saying, wishing Bear a safe, happy, and fruitful trip. That's possible, right? Safe. How to be safe? Well, when you're about to have danger, your the Yunsan power kicks in, and it make you realize or have the vision of what to do is best. Like, oh, there's like something not right there. I'm not going on a plane. I'm staying like here for a while. And suddenly the plane exploded or whatever, right? Like, hey, I made the right choice. So when the Yunsan is guiding you to something to keep you safe, then that's possible, right? Happy is like when you're happy, your heart is open, right? So you're asking the Yunsan to help you to achieve that stage, and it is possible. When what is not like what is making you not happy, right? The Yunsan can help you push that away. So like Yi crab, right? Yi crab making you not happy, the Yunsan can help you blast it away. So you're happy again. So fruitful is also something it can do because it needs to understand what is the fruit. Like what are you trying to get, like good memories and things like that, right? So it's going to help you manifest to a point that you can have good fruits at the end, good outcome. It's like our Dai Gut Fati, you want the God to go in and help you bring good outcomes. That is fruitful. There are many things that you can wish, but focus on like something realistically the Yunsan can help to bring it to that person, and avoid making wish that is like, first of all, you don't joke when you make a wish. Oh, I wish you would be like seeing a lot of hot girls with tight pants. Like that's crazy, right? That's not a real wish. A real wish must be realistically wishing them for something that could happen for them by using that Yunsan's power. Okay, so um, just avoid those D8 element. Like I wish you will have lots of money and all that. Right? That's not something you wish for. Wishing for something physical is never going to happen because the Yunsan is not dealing with anything in the physical. Okay, team yet number 2, Kilo Alpha India. Team yet number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India. I have a question, and I also have some story to share. I don't know which one to go for, but I think I must go for the story and my own experience about a trip that I had. I think about 2 years back. I I had to we had a trip here, here, me and my cousin and my family to Eastern Cape. It was a trip. I think it was for 4 to 5 days. We had to go to Eastern Cape, and it was something that was I didn't prepare. Like I didn't have enough time to prepare because of the pressure I was put by the family because they did something there in Eastern Cape. Um, During the day, I think unfortunately I had a flat tire. I think it was something that made a huge delay on my trip. And but I think at that point I had two cars. Before I sold my first car, had a I had to take a spare wheeler. That was something that I've done. That was for just to make a story short. I had to take the spare wheeler of that car to sort the problem. Just to come to the experience, the whole time that was all thing happening was my whole body was like there was something very huge, heavy in my shoulder the whole time before I came with this solution of a spare wheel. After I changed the spare wheel and my body became lighter, and I became fresh the whole time. And I realized when I came back and I checked the wheel, that wheel was not fit for the road. That one, I would have had a serious problem if I were to use that wheel on the road. Um, so when I checked the whole situation, I was like, yeah, this is. I was very lucky to have have this sorted out the way I did, because it's a long trip, and it was something that was done in a very short time. So um, I would have had a really maybe would have died in that road, but fortunately the way things turned out, uh, it was a good thing that we did the way it did. Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India, back to you.
Yes, that is exactly what you call lucky, because when there is luck, meaning your own or other people's yunsan flowing down its resources to you and delivers that resource to you to help you to focus on the right spot, to avoid things and so on, that is called luck. So lucky, yeah, wishing someone also help to give them the luck. So with good luck, a lot of things can be avoided as well. Tina number two, Golf Echo India.
Caveat number two, Gulf Echo, India. Yeah, I really appreciated how all of this lines up with what we've already been taught about the 1D68, the way that the heart energy moves, especially when we send it as troops. Um, there's some very useful nuance in how the intention really, really matters, even if it is uh, disguised behind false words, um, or alternatively boosted by well chosen, um, aligned words. Um, and I like the clarification that this is a natural kind of magic um, that works for anyone and between anyone, whether or not they're of the lineage. Um, but it also does make sense that um, when when uh, two people who are sending and receiving luck like this share a lineage, um, or a spiritual path, a faith. They share a god or a power source at some level. Then it would be not necessarily better, but more cohesive. You're speaking the same language at a deeper level. Uh, I'm just kind of taking all of that in. Team out number two, Gulf Echo India.
Oh, yes. Well, you realize that when people are wishing, they are sending their Yun San resources over to share with you. However, it's kind of like donating blood. When people are not mindful of their Yun San and their Yun San is full of crap, then you don't want that kind of wish. Because when they wish, it's actually going to be toxic because their Yun San is very bad. So it's always like um, the people who are having bad luck, you should not be going around and wishing people this and that because your Yun San is so fucked up already. And you want to wish others with a Yun San that is like really toxic, then it will be a problem. Now, however, with the lineage power, if you wish with the lineage power, then it's not just your personal Yun San. It's it's a cultivated and clean energy that is being used. So by wishing someone using the magic power you created, it's going to be much more effective and much more beneficial for the others compared to using your own. So when we Taoists are wishing others, first of all, if you're wishing with your own Yun San, it's okay if we're, like we know each other, then it's fine. But if you're wishing others out there, using the lineage power to wish is actually going to be more beneficial than using the Yun San's resources because it's more clean and secure for yourself as well. Um, okay, Tina number two, Delta November Golf.
Vignette number two, Delta November Golf. Yes, yeah, John. I think that's a very important also to have a wish for ourselves. And also, yeah, definitely for others, of course. And I think I got also the experience. So, but to go to, but to went to Seattle, I think before Washington is uh, also have a same problem before the airplane take out. They have a smoke, on the left wing, so the plane have to turn around, and we have to change the airplane. Yeah, this it's kind of like a scary experience, but that's why the power of wishing is so important. So, and yeah, kind of learn a lot today. So to have a give a wishes, especially to our lineage, our CH and CJ to support. Back to you. Team get number 2, Delta November Golf.
Okay. So my last message, I want to also include um, like an example when someone, let's say, is going through a power outage. Okay, that actually happened to me. So when it's going through a power outage and all of you are sending help, troops, guards, right, over, what can they do? Well, there are many things that they can do. If the God is come here to help me, then it's like, okay, I will feel different. I will focus on different things to make the experience of the whole thing become better. And I won't be like doing stupid things to, you know, put myself in danger, um, wasting the resources. And, you just like, you know what to do the right thing and make it the best experience you can, right? That's called small help. The small help is like it's helping the person that you send the wish to. Okay. So you send the wish to me, it helped me. There's a big help. The big help is the God that you send over is going to this direction to my place, my area. Okay, but the God do not see the D8. They come here into the D6, right? Into the D6 of this area, and they stick around. So what can they do? Well, it can affect the other people in the same area or working on the same project. For example, there are people trying to fix the power, repair the stuff. Like these people are also being affected by the gods that are sticking around them. So if the energy in D6 is really bad, these people working on the repair can get very grumpy, not harmonize, always argue and fight, and they're like, we'll just like chew some donut and wait here for a while, and I'm not doing this, you're not doing that. And then eventually everything drags. Or maybe they like make stupid moves and then damage even more things and require more time to fix. But when you have a lot of those gods around at the same area, those gods will give them the push so that they are going to be more focused, more harmonized, and get the job done quicker. So if let's say we're talking about Besa John on the plane, the God doesn't only affect her, it also can be sticking around her to affect the things around her, the people around her. So, like, let's say there's this pilot trying to check out the plane, your God can also affect the pilot as well because it's around her, right? Anything around that area could felt the impact. So these gods, these power, the troops that you send over, doesn't only work on that person that you know. It also work on the person surrounding environment or even things related to the same subject. So by sending the troops over, you're giving help to the whole situation and not just one person. Okay, It is now 2:08 p.m. We'll end the net here and giving you all a 73. We'll see you on the other net or maybe back online if you're not coming. So there we go. We'll see you later. This is Team Net number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo. Clear, clear.
Kenya at number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf, clear.
Tin Yacht number 2, Golf Echo India, clear.
Tin number 2, Golf Alpha Papa, clear.
Tin Yacht number 2, Kilo Alpha India, clear.